Hello, everyone. We are just waiting for a few members to join. After that, we can start. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. Thank you so much for joining today's webinar. I think now, as everyone has joined, let's start with the today's topic. So today's webinar is all about PLM for automotive suppliers. So we'll start with a quick introduction about the Steve graph, and later we'll deep dive into the PLM specially designed for the automotive suppliers, that is Autolean. And in the meanwhile, if you have any questions, do ping us in the Q&A section or the chat section, and we'll try to answer as much as possible. If we couldn't, if time doesn't permit us today, we'll try to answer it over the mail. Okay. So I'll give you a quick about the today's agenda. Today we will be covering about the introduction, a quick introduction about the Steve graph, like who we are and what we do, the key elements to excel the automotive supplier, the compliance highlight, the major compliance which automotive industry follows, Then in Autolean introduction, the PLM specially designed for the automotive suppliers. The Aras Innovator overview, because the Autolean is based out of Aras Innovator platform. A quick glimpse about Autolean demonstration, and the final is a Q&A round where we would be taking all your questions, and even you can type your questions now also in between also. So let me give you a quick introduction of SteepGraph. We are specialized in PLM solutions and services. We enable sustainable business growth through digital transformation using power of PLM. We are a PLM agnostic company. We provide PLM solution, be it any PLM. Currently, we are serving into the Dassault Systems 3D Experience platform. We are a system integrator for Aras Innovator, also the PTC Windchill. We have a more than 12 years of experience, as our company is 12 years old, but we have more than that years of experience, close to 20-30 years of experience, as our founders are from the PLM background. We have served till so far 100 plus customers in 15 plus countries, and we have executed 200 plus successful projects. We have 150 plus PLM consultants and still growing. Our global reach, we have headquarter in Pune. We have a subsidiary in North America. Also, we have a subsidiary in Europe, that is in Sweden. Let me give you a quick intro about the industries which we have already served. Like, we work with the automotive industry. We also work with the aerospace and defense. We have worked with the industrial equipment, CPG, life sciences, high-tech industry, energy, and other. We have worked with the pharma industry also, the infra industry also. So we have served many industries. As today's agenda is about the automotive suppliers, I'll give you a quick brief about the automotive sector, automotive customers where we have worked. The first one is the Faurecia. This is France-based company where we have done the greenfield implementation. They had 4 different business verticals, and each business vertical had their own different processes, complex processes, their own data, and we did manage to bring all the 4 business verticals onto the single platform with managing their all different processes. Also, we did the greenfield implementation, PLM implementation, digital transformation for mine precision systems. They are automotive suppliers. They were on completely on the file folder system. They had all the data on the SharePoint or on the emails. So we did all the transformation. We brought them to the PLM system, the integrated system where everything was automated. Also, we worked for the Photon Motors. They had their subsidiary in India where we helped them set up all the PLM processes of BOM, change management, everything onto the India. And also we integrated them with their headquarter branch with the different PLM. And we did the integration with 2 PLMs to smoothly transfer the data. Also, recently we have signed up for the mTOROS account. This is Spain-based automotive supplier, where we are helping them to go to the latest platform of the PLM from their legacy, the older system. Also, we helped the Eaton to go to the latest to the PLM platform because they had multiple PLMs, 2 different PLMs in their organization. So we merged everything and gave them the one single system. And recently, this is the proud moment for all the SteepGraphians. We have been recently recognized as most recommended PLM solution providers by Inside Success magazine. And as we work with the PLMs, we do different kind of service offerings for like. We do business consulting. We help the organization to identify the right PLM, the right business processes to map into the PLM platform. We also do the configuration, customization. We help in the upgrade, the migration to move to the latest platform of the PLM. The main part for any PLM implementation to be successful is the integration. So we think the core is the integration. So we do help in the integration with the enterprise application like ERP, the CRM application, everything. We also do infrastructure consulting. We also help in the L1, L2, L3 support. We also do the PLM training, PCS testing, test automation, and the main part is the user adoption, because whenever your organization is moving to the new system, the PLM system, there is a resistance from your users. So we make sure there is a smooth adoption of the PLM system, and we stay there until the PLM system is completely adopted and successful. Let me introduce today's main speaker, Vasant Padhiyar. He is our industry expert, he is our product manager, and he is the strong believer of digital transformation. He has a vast experience of many industries, the PLM implementation in many industries like automotive, aerospace, pharma industry, medical devices, even the high tech industry. And he has designed a special solution for these industries too, out of which the one is the Autoline, which we are going to see today. Hello, Vasin. Over to you.
Uh, Thank you, Asha. Thank you for introducing me. And hello all. Thank you all for joining today's webinar. Today we will be going through the PLM system for automotive suppliers. Okay, so this system is giving you the capability to deal with the compliances like the IATF 16949 and the ISO 9001 2015. Okay, so let me talk about something about the compliances as like this in detail, but yeah, let me have some kind of like helicopter view, some bird view on this compliances, and then like we'll move to the systems later. Okay, so this is like the where like we will having the ISO 9001 2015, and like we have another compliances for the automotive suppliers, that is like the 16949 2016. And with the help of our Autoline solution or like our Autoline product, we have implemented the standard processes and the standard operations or the SOPs, like whatever like is being designed and whatever are like defined into this regulatory authority in like this automotive compliances. And these like we have already implemented as part of the Autoline, and with the help of that Autoline, you will be getting major benefits like your integration between the business processes is much more like smoother. Like you can have the digital continuity between the processes. You can see the data flowing between the requirements, RFQ, then the requirement, and then the project and the EBOM, MBOM, and everything. You will have the better quality process and the products, everything. Like you will be able to serve your customer like with the quality. You can have the better clarity on your processes. You will be able to serve your customers with standard processes. With these standard processes and the standard templates and the standard compliances, you will be able to serve to the larger business opportunities. And as these are the globally accepted compliances, you will be having this kind of certifications, like because like this is like our system is capable, like and system has designed in such a way that you are automatically falling in this kind of compliances. And like at the end you will have the better customer satisfaction, and like you will be keep improving yourself. Like it is not like the okay, it's like it's a one day process, but yeah, you will be improving yourself like as and when like you are growing the system, as and when like you are growing your organization, so you can scale, you can grow in that way. Okay, so this is about the approaches of the IATF 169492016. So here, like there are three gear approach, like where like first one will be the process approach. So in the process approach, like you need to identify, okay, which all processes I need to I need to standardize. Like whether it's a quality process, whether it is like the engineering process, whether it's a feasibility, whether it's a RFQ, whether it is like the PPAP, any process that you first need to identify, okay, this is my K process for which I need to plan something on top of that. And you can implement those kind of processes, you can involve the management, and then you keep on improving the processes, and that process becomes the standard for you. And then based on that standard, you will be able to achieve that standard process, and you are uh, towards like the standardization of that particular process. The second approach is like the PDCA approach, like where like you can plan, okay, like as part of my digital transformation or like as part of my digital journey, I wanted to standardize something so that I can plan for something. Like I can highlight some of the issues, I can highlight some of the processes, I can highlight some of the quality issues, and based on that quality issues, based on those processes, I can plan certain things. after planning certain things, then I will be doing that thing. So I will be doing, okay, so what should I do? Okay, so how the design would be, what will be the production, how it can be controlled into the operations, what will be the support model. So all these things that you can consider into the do, and then into the check, you can get it reviewed from the management, you can have the internal review, you can have the performance evaluation, where like you can have the third party review, some audit management systems, and like into the act, like you can have some non-conformatives, like you can have the NCR, you can have some corrective actions, some preventive action, and like you can have some quality systems where like you can have the kappa, where like you can have the continuous improvement. So based on this kind of things, because these approaches, like you will be able to manage your processes, you will be manage your standard data, and like you are able to or yeah, you are authorized to get these kind of certificates like IATF 16949 2016. Okay, so let me go to the Autolin. So Autolin is the like tool, like as a like Steve Graph we have designed and developed on top of like Aras Innovator as a like PLM framework, and it is like giving assurance that like you, with the use of this particular system, with the use of this particular solution, you will be compliance to the IATF standard. And like this is a quality management, product lifecycle management tool. With the help of this quality management system, you will have all the documents, all the policies, procedures, everything is like digitally managed into the system. Everything is like digitally controlled. You can control your document, you can have the digital approvals, you can maintain the history, you can have the revision control, you can have the different level of accesses where like you can have the role based accesses, you can have the team based accesses, you can have the department based accesses, you can have some kind of some strict security where like if you are working on some very confidential projects, so you can manage some kind of on the contract based accesses. So all this kind of access control, and the history and the process, like where my project is, like who is like creating the problem, and everything that you can have in the system. And like system is going to show you the report, and system is going to tell you, okay, like with this particular problem, like this project is getting delayed, or like now you are ahead of the time, or like you are before the planning, you are like lagging in the planning. Everything is like going to tell from the system, and like all the things, like it is like connected. So if you are like your business starts with the RFQ, and then from the RFQ, like you will have some kind of a projects program, and then you will have some bill of materials. Then you need to do some kind of process planning. Then like you will have some quality planning. You need to submit the PPAP. So everything is like digitally connected, and like if you are working at one place, like the second place will be automatically done, and it will be helping you to have the same level of data at different places, and like with the different level of accesses and the credentials. Okay, so this is how like digital transformation will happen in terms of RS. So here, like you will be managing all the data into the one particular system. So everything from your idea, or like from your project start, you will have everything into the one particular system, and like you can execute the entire your project. And after that, like you can manage your data after like post putting into the market. So everything will be into the system, and this is pretty much connected. You can have the strategic business approach, you can have the collaborative creations, you can have the full or the plant lifecycle management. So it will enable you to the paperless factory. It will have a single source of information. You will have everything is a digital transformation. As in the right side, you can see it starts with the requirement where you can manage your component library. You will be enabled to do the program and project management. You will have the product engineering where you can manage the different variants, and you will have the options feature. You can manage the manufacturing process planning where you can define the instructions, operations, manufacturing bill of materials. You will have the integration with the SAP system. You will have the integration with the suppliers. So everything will be managed as part of that. And also, like you can have the quality management system, you can have the technical documentation which will be prepared as part of the system. So like if you are delivering some kind of a part, some PPAP to the some OEM, so that kind of documents will be automatically generated, and you can send that document to the OEM. You will have the simulations, variant, maintenance management, digital twin core, and like many more modules as part of this PLM digital transformation journey, and which actually provided by the Autolane as a solution. So as part of the Autolane, like we have the, as part of the business development processes, you can have the RFQ management where like you can manage the RFQ, you can have the product costing, you can do the feasibility study, you can do the gap analysis, So as part of the RFQ, like there will be a different stakeholders, there will be cross-functional teams are working, so that like once like the key account engineer will get the RFQ, they will define some certain teams like who will be working on it, like what will be the type of the RFQ, whether it is like PPAP RFQ, batch RFQ, bulk RFQ, and like what will be the customer requirements, and based on that, like it can share with the first level screening to the manager and the second level screening whether it is a feasible or not. If it is feasible, like what all needs like as like we need to procure from the material, what all the special processes we need to do, whether it is possible as part of our manufacturing capability or not, whether it is part of whether it is feasible for like our engineering capability or not, and based on that you will have the different level of screenings. And once this kind of different levels of screening are done, then you will be needing some tier 2 or the tier 3 suppliers, from where like you will be getting some raw materials, you will be getting some special processes, so that you can manage your suppliers, you can manage your supplier codes, vendor codes, you can manage the estimations, so the estimation can be done into the system, feasibility study can be done into the system. So for one particular part you can say, for this part I need 5 to 10 particular processes, special processes. You can validate, okay, this 5 is out of 5, like two processes are like feasible, one like which I need to like outsource, and this kind of things that you can manage on these. Then you can share the code, and like you can that share the code with the OEM, and OEM can award your project, so that your RFQ is won. And like if it is lost, then you can have for the lost RFQ you can have the gap analysis, and based on that you can identify like what are the lessons learned, and like what is the reason. Based on that, like you can lost you lost this particular opportunity, and like how you can improve this kind of things, so that you based on that like you will have the corrective actions, you can have the preventive actions, you can manage the communications, you can manage the quotation history, you can have the standard templates for each of these things, like the feasibility study, gap analysis, everything will have the standard templates. And at any stage of time, like if there is any delay into the project or when delay into the activity, system will give you an alert, where like who is taking long, and like why this particular delay is like happening. Okay. So as like we won the RFQ, then like the project management will come into the picture. So as part of the EPQP project management system, where you will be managing your project, you will be managing your schedules, you can have the forward and the backward scheduling, you can have the notifications, you can have the work breakdown structure, you can have the role based access, and like you can define the you will have a system will give you the highlight the critical activities, and like you can define the milestones. So those things as will be part of this particular thing. So here like in this chart you can see like it's like the concept and the program approval, the prototype, pilot, and launch. At different stages you will have the different modules, or the different tools will be applicable for you. And based on that tool, like your system is going to help you to standardize your processes. So we have the different capabilities as part of the AutoLean, like where like AutoLean can manage the BOM, can manage the document, can manage the customer collaboration. AutoLean can manage your project management, manage your design FMEA, control plan, CAD management, and many more things. As you can see, the change management and requirement management and many more. Okay, so as part of the engineering data management, like where you will be able to manage the part and BOM management, you can manage the customer drawing, you can manage your own supplier drawing, you can have the CAD and document management, you can have the change management, you can have the very beautiful workflow where like you can define the task, you can define the activity, and like based on the workflow, you can define some automatic triggers to the system, to the user, so that like you can have the better version control, better you can have the classifications for different types of part and the documents. You will have the change history for the part, document, and everything. You will have the standard change management templates for the PR, ECR, ECO, and like to approve this kind of changes, you can have the e-signatures. You will be having some industry standards processes, and like as part of the AutoLean, like we have the facility where like we can you can do the impact analysis for the change management. If there is some change into the nut or bolt, then to the related parts, system is going to highlight, okay, like where the changes will be into the system. And like you can have, you'll have the multiple integration, so that like as a designer I should not worry about like where my data is going. So the system is like integration is taking care of it, so that your data will be going into the PLM system in the right place. You can have the best change management system, so as like you can keep the all the things clear, concise, and like it is like well documented, So you will have the problem report. Then there are a lot of problem reports, and based on the problem reports, you will have the engineering change request. And as part of the engineering change request, you can do the validation of the engineering change request by the uh, change control board or like the CRB. And like this engineering change request can be validated against the budget, can be validated against the processes, can be validated against the functions, and that can be reviewed and the approved. And once it is approved, then you will have the ECO and the ECN into the system. And like with that, like you will have the standard change management into the system, and it will give you the effective date, like when your changes will be effective and like when your part will be into the shop floor for the manufacturing. So all the things will be managed. You can also manage the supplier BOM. Also you can manage the vendor BOM into the change management into the OEM systems as well. So once like then we have the quality management system. As part of the quality management system, you will have the quality events, like it can come from the audit finding, it can come from the NCR, it can come from the problem reports. And based on that, like you can have some kind of hold notices, some purge notice, some stop ship notice. So and like you will do some analysis. So on the analysis front, you will have a lot of options, like you can have the fishbone analysis, you can have the root cause analysis, you can have different analysis. And based on that, you can identify, okay, like this is my root cause, and that particular root cause, this particular problem arises and this particular problems came. And like with that analysis, you will be defining some corrective actions, so that like you can have some corrective actions, like on like whatever like parts you have delivered, or like whatever the parts you have already manufactured. So on some deviations will be accepted, some rework orders, some waivers and everything. And like you can have some preventive actions or as part of the change management, like the ECO, uh, some design quality documents, some process quality documents to be improved. And like it can trigger to the change as well. So here like you can have the different cross-functional teams will be working. And like based on that, you will have industry standard reports and industry standard templates which can be exported based on your OEM standards and like based on your industry standards as well. If you have any question, please feel free to ask into the question and answer channel. Like we'll be addressing that into the end of this particular session. So next is like the audit management. So as part of the audit management, like we can have the different audits. So as part of the Autolin solution, like we have the 5S audits, like where like it can be based on the workplace environment. Like it's like is everything is sort, it's set in order, it's like shine and standardize and sustain. So based on that, like it can have its own processes, and it can be analyzed into the different way. And then we can have the VDA 6.3 process audit, like where it will be managed based on some questionnaire. So you'll have the different set of questions and different set of tools. Based on that, you can manage the audits of like 5S of the VDA. And like you will have some supplier audit, you can have some internal audits, and you can have some different kind of audits based on your need as well. And like as like Autolearn is a system like where like you need an integration, so that like you can have a better experience of the system. So like you can have the integration with the SAP system, the ERP. So where like the engineering data will be designed into the Autolearn, and then it can move to the SAP when it is like going for the manufacturing. You can have the office integration, so that like you can prepare the document, you can prepare the PowerPoint, and that document will be goes into the Autolearn. You will have the Jira integration. If you are working on the task management system, you can have the SharePoint integration, you can have the PLM to PLM integration, and like you will have the multi-CAD integration as well. So we can have the CAD viewer inside the system. You will have the two-way email integration, where like if like your customer is sending some data to you over the email, so that you can send that email to the system, and system will store that email as a like customer collaboration, so that like entire team or like the based on access, the people should know like, okay, this is the communication which is happening between the customer and the team, so that like everybody will be on the same page. Okay, so as like PLM is like meant for the design and the other things, so here like you can have the different level of integrations between the ERP, like where the transaction management, accounting, actual cost, HR, master schedule, supply, inventory will be managed. So here like the items and the BOM and the ECO and the routings will be paired to the ERP. Here we'll have the two-way integration, some data, the cost analytics data will come into the PLM, and into the PLM you will have the cost module as well. You can have the cost roll up on the part, you will have the cost roll up on the product, and you can manage the product level costing as well. And from the PLM, uh, the item bomb ECO will go to the MES and MOM systems, and into the MES system you will have the processes, and you can it will be executed on the shop floor, and based on that execution, that's the schedules and the assembly line, the data will come into the PLM system for analytics purpose, and that can be recorded, and that can be further analyzed for standardize your processes as well. Okay, so we have a supplier collaboration portal where, like, as a OEM or like as a tier one supplier, I will be having my data, my part data, my bill of material data, my CAD data, and my other standard documents, and my some PPAP documents, which I can share with my suppliers over my supplier portal. And like with the supply, I can share the different set of data to the different suppliers, and from the suppliers I will be able to analyze the data. Okay, what they have changed, what is the modifications, you should be able to compare that data, you will be able to upload and download the data, and like you can compare the data, you can manage the change of the supplier data, you can send specific instruction to specific suppliers, you can have the very beautiful workflow in place. With that, like, you will be able to understand uh, the collaboration, effective collaboration between the supplier and the OEM, so that like you will have the seamless data flow between the suppliers and the OEM. Okay, so this is like some high level things where like it will be giving you a high level glance, like what is the coverage of Autolin on top of like IATF 169492016. So as part of the clause 6 of the IATF, like where like it is like meant for the context of organization, where it will be determining the scope of the quality and the management system. So this will be covered as part of the Autolin. So these are some critical. So on the second clause, like it is about the leadership, where like the organization role, the cross-functional team, it will be more talking about like who is responsible for what, and like who has like what all responsibilities, what all authorities, and like Autorin has the capabilities to define the KRA, KPI, and the responsibilities, and based on that, like people will be recognized and into the system, so that like he will have the better authority and the responsibility into the system and in actual as well. System is going to help you with the clause number 6, that's the planning, there like you can manage your schedules, you can manage your programs, you can manage your actions, you can manage the risk analysis, you can manage the preventive actions, contingency plan, everything will be done into the Autolin as part of the planning clause. You can have the different plant facility equipment planning, you can have the capacity planning, you can have the MSA system, you can have the quality management system documentation, you can have the record retention. So everything will be part as a part of the support into the Autolin system. Based on that, like as part of the clause 8, like operations, you will have the operation planning, control, requirement, design, development, product, services. So this is like as part of the performance evaluation, you will have the different kind of audits, management audits, 5S, VDA, and some internal and the supplier audits. As part of the section 10, like it will be not a same, like you will be always improving your processes with the help of corrective and the preventive actions, some NCR, some kind of continual improvement, and like where like Autolin is helping on like all these kind of clauses, where like Autolin is helping you to standardize your processes and uh, getting in touch of like in IATF 16949. Okay, so let's see like what is the this is the overview of the Aras Innovator. Like this is what like Autolin we have designed and developed on top of like Aras Innovator as a platform. And like as Aras is like enterprise PLM system, where like SIM data, so SIM data is like the PLM research organization, like and like they are saying it like the Aras is like a market disruptor with the non with the, its integration capabilities, and with its like end-to-end connection, gravity, flow, openness, data management, sustainability, and like scalability, and you can say like upgradability. So everywhere you can see here, like Aras is being mostly falling into the excellent category by the SIM data, and like the Forrester. So this is also the research company, and with their analytics, with their data, like Aras is falling into the leaders category, where like Aras is playing the fast implementation, like the flexible software solution, which is like quickly adapt to a customer specific need, and which is like easily upgradable. So this is something which like people are saying about the RS. Here are some customers of the RS, and they are the automotive customers like BMW, Rolls-Royce, Audi, General Motors, Nissan, Lear, Honda. So these all are the customers where like RS has implemented their RS innovator solution to excel their digital transformation, to excel their PLM processes. And these are the few RS customers across the different industry where like RS is being used by large organizations like General Motors, GE, MAN, Microsoft, Lear, and few more as you can see on this particular screen. Okay, so this is something like application landscape where like RS is like having all these different applications on top of it. Like as like we have as part of the SDLC, or you will have as part of the PLM, you will have a life cycle called like you will have the concept, and then the development, and the manufacturing, and then the service. So as part of the concept, like you will have the requirement engineering, system architecture. As part of the development, you will have the program and project management, compliant component engineering, and the functional safety. So at a different level of PLM, you will have a different applications or like different functions which will be enabled from the PLM system, so that like you can manage your processes in smooth way, so that like you can achieve the digital continuity. So whatever the data you are generating from the requirement engineering, that data will be consumed in the product engineering, and the same data will be consumed on the manufacturing process planning, so that like the same data can flow from one function to the for different department based on its maturity and the accessibility. So that is where the RS is like playing a very big role and into the implementation of the successful PLM. So let's see Autolin into the demo, so that like we can understand the system in better way. Okay, so let me show you the demo. Okay, let me log in. Okay, so on the left hand side, you can see as like I am logging with admin user, so that I have the access to the different modules based on my access. But yes, like if you are logging with the design engineer, then you will be able to see only those things which is like relevant to the design engineer. If I am logging with the marketing manager, then I will be able to see only those elements of the marketing manager. So let's start like the demo, like from the marketing, we'll have the different RFQs. So here, like as part of the business development, you can manage your different RFQs. You can see like, okay, like what are the RFQs are there, like what will be its state. You can search different RFQs as well. So let me open one of the RFQ and show like its capabilities. So this is the RFQ, like where you will have the different types of the RFQ, like it's a bid to bid, bid to buy, bid to budget. What is the criticality of this particular RFQ? And some other data of this particular RFQ, like what is the program type, whether it's a PPAP type, whether it's a batch type or bulk type. And based on these particular things, your processes will be defined. If it is like PPAP, then it will be PPAP submission. If it's a batch, then the batch will be created for this. So based on the program type, you will have the different approaches for the program execution. Uh, and like you will have some other data as well for this, like okay, so what is the customer data, what is the customer RFQ number, what is the customer program number, what will be the international commercial terms which will be used as part of like this particular RFQ, what will be the final award value. And like you will have some other things as for the access control things, like this is the IATR. ITAR is like something which is been standard by the defense things, so that like that can be also managed, like the can provide the access to the data and the system based on the your contract documents which is been signed between the customer and the suppliers. And you will have something other than that as well based on the things. You can manage the customer inputs, like where like customer will be sharing some kind of part list, some kind of documents for the RFQ things, and those things can you can manage over here, and that can be analyzed as part of the this workflow, like whatever like we have seen as part of the workflow. You can have the different supporting documents which can be coming from your customers. You can have the PPAP submission standard, you can have the requirement specification standard, PPAP document, part estimation document. So these are all documents that which can be either coming from your customer, or like it can be documents which are like your industry standards, or like your own company standards, or like it is like from the OEM standards. You can manage its states, like you can see like, okay, which tools you, whether there is any change on this particular document, what is the files that is that it has coming from any template or not. So all the things that you can see over here. You can also see the codes, like for this particular RFQ, what all codes you have submitted. You can also see like what all the PO. So sometimes like PO will have the technical information as well, and that like technical team should know, so that like a PO can be managed over here for the technical informations as well. Like as and when like you will need some kind of collaboration between the customer for certain things, so you can just send an email to the system, and system will store your email over here, and then this is will be provided as a document, so that like it can be available to the everybody into the system, those who are access to this particular RFQ system. And you will be able to see the sign off, like on which particular activity of the workflow, like who has worked, who has signed, and what all the comments they have given. And based on that, you can see the things, you can have the better transparency. Okay, on the, suppose like on the technical review, like the marketing manager and like the manufacturing manager has sit together and they have decided something on these particular things. So based on that, you can have the better clarity and the better transparency of the systems, where like you can have the different things. Also, like you will have some different things on the feasibility study. You can manage the feasibility study on the part level. You can manage like what are the supporting documents. You can manage some special processes, like for the feasibility study, these all special processes are required for the feasibility study, like these all materials are required. And like you can check the feasibility study against each material, each special processes, and each part, whatever like are provided by the OEM as part of this particular RFQ process. Based on the feasibility study, you will be providing, you will be doing some kind of estimations. And like if like some vendor codes are required for as part of like some special processes, and some materials need to be procured from different vendors, so you can manage the different vendor codes over into the system. You can manage different vendor codes, you can have the different codes of the vendors, you can manage different special processes code, and you can manage all the things. You can have the code file, and based on that, you can prepare the estimation, and that estimation can go to the estimation team, and it can be validated, and further it can be converted into the code, and that code will be submitted to the customer as part of the RFQ. And like as and when required, you can have the communication between the customer and the suppliers based on your need. Okay, so next, like you can have like once this RFQ is won, you can have the program into the system. So from that program, you will be able to see like, okay, what is the program, what is the project, what are the customer specific requirements, whatever like you have received as part of the RFQ. So that like intelligently system will give you over here. The PO will be available over here, like as like PO will having some technical information. And like you will have some documents, some customer communications, like whatever you had at earlier stages, and whatever like you wanted to share with the technical team. So those kind of communications will be shared. You will be having some kind of contacts, like with the whom like your team will be contacting. And like here you will have some contract documents, which will be the ITAR contact documents, and only these people will be able to access all the documents. This is how like the system has been designed. Okay, so let me go to the from the project. Like let me go to the project. So here, like we have a very good design, uh, 5-stage prepare template, where like with the use of this particular template, you can define the scheduling mode and everything, and you can define your project plan. Under that project plan, you will have the different gates. Under the different gate, you will have the different activities. Uh, and like under certain activity, you can have at different department level, you will have certain like some, if like I'm talking about some particular part manufacturing, and that part like for the engineering HOD, it is like the designing of that part will have like certain work breakdown structure and the certain schedules. So you can have the different multi-level schedules as well. Like you can have the project will have some dependent project, and you can have the different activities. Like once this project is sub project is been completed at the department level, then at the program level, that project will be automatic, that activity will be automatically completed. So you will have the roll up of the completion, you will have the roll up of the date, you will have the scheduling, you will have the automatic email notification. This all the things will be taken care by the system automatically. You can, so system will highlight some of the activities into the red with the critical path activity. You can define the predecessors, like the finish to start, start to start, start to finish, and finish to finish. Everything like you can finish, you can manage it. You can have the cross-functional team. You can manage the deliverables. You can have the parts as well, And like if you have some certain ad hoc activities, some ad hoc action items as part of your project plan, you can manage your action items, and that action items will be going into the in basket of that particular person, so that a person will be able to work on this particular task and they will be able to complete that task, so that like you can get the smooth execution of the project. And like as part of the reporting, you will get different reporting for the projects, like what all the activities are there. You can manage the baselining of the project. You can send the status of the project to your management things as well. So let me go to the part. So as like we have very limited time, I need to run little fast, but yes, like if you want, like we can have a deep dive session with like one-to-one, so that like you can have the better understanding of the system and better understanding of the autolin system and the processes, whatever we have covered. So as part of the parts and bomb management, so let me open the part. So here, like you can see this, you have the part informations, like what are the revisions, what is the name, and like you will see like what is my customer drawing, what is my internal drawing, what is my balloon drawing. So we have an inspection expert as a ballooning software, like where we can have the integration and like all the characteristics with the GDNT font will be automatically coming into your part, and it will be recorded here. And from that, like you will be able to see all the things where like you can manage your process flow diagram, control plan, and the PFEMA based on that. You can manage the bill of materials over here. You can expand it. You can see on like if you are or as a like design engineer, if you want to see like okay like in some other part like or some other project, like we have used some kind of assembly and that you want to reuse over here, so you can just say okay, I wanted to copy some other assembly here. Or like if you want like okay, so I wanted to clone some other assembly into this particular assembly, you can clone it. You can clone the entire structure and you can change certain things over there as well. You can compare the two structure as well. So this is something where like you can clone the things, like what all things you want to reuse, what all things you want to clone, what all things you want to ignore, and which all revisions you wanted to use. You want to use the current revision, you wanted to use the latest revision, or like you wanted to use the latest release revision. And based on that, like system is going to help you, like okay, like if you have some similar project, then this clone structure will be very helpful to you. If you are like looking for like okay, like what are the changes between my two different versions of the part, or make two different assemblies of my different products, then you can manage the structure compare, and like it will give you the best comparison between two different parts and two different assemblies. You will have the alternate parts. You can manage the substitutes. uh, you can have the AML document, CAT document. You can have this change management as part of here. You can manage the spare part, characteristics, and like you can have the manufacturing process planning over here. So let me go to the manufacturing process planning. So as part of the manufacturing process planning, like you will have the, what will be my produce part and on which particular locations, or like how many plants I have into like my organization, or like as part of my company. And like these all organizations will be, some assemblies will be manufactured at some location, other assemblies will be located at some other location, and like assembling will be done on some other location. So is some complex structure you will have, then you will have the different manufacturing bill of materials based on your engineering bill of material that can be managed over here. You can have the plant specific, location specific work instructions as well. Like here you can have the different you will have the instructions where like you will have the operations, and for each operation you will have the different work instructions, and it will be having some parts. Okay, like this will be consuming this particular part, it will be requiring these all tools and machines are required, this NC program is required. So it has the all integrated thing where like you can have the instructions as part of the infographics. You can have the instruction as like image or like video, and like that can be, you can do the uh, scheduling as well, or like you can have the equipment scheduling as well. So everything will be managed as part of this particular system. You will have the manufacturing bill of material where you will be able to see like what all the parts I have done, what is the change, or what is the NC program is required, and like how much, like whether it's over consumed or like it's under consumed, what is the status of this particular part. If there is like in the manufacturing BOM, I am using the previous version of the BOM, and if there is a latest revision available, the system is going to highlight you on that. Okay, so let me go to some quality things. So on the quality, like you can have process flow diagram, process FMEA, and the control plan. So as like this, all data will have the similar, it is starting from the operations and the characteristics. So you will have so based on the inspection export and the ballooning software integration. So we will be capturing all the operations and the characteristics from that particular system, and like you will be able to see the same level of data onto the control plan. You can have the NC program, the tool layout, machine tool, and everything as part of this, and you can manage all your quality documents. You can export these quality documents. You can share it as part of your PPAP package and everything. Okay, so let me go to the PPAP. So as part of these particular things, PPAP, you will have the PPAP, and like this will be shared with your customer automatically based on that. Okay, let me open it. Okay, so this is the PSW, which is the form, and based on that, you can define, okay, this is my level 1, level 2, and based on that, certain documents which are coming from your OEM standards, certain documents which are coming from your industry standards, and those all documents will be automatically falling into the place, and you can share this PSW as an email to your customer, so that like everything will be created as a package and it will be sent. So you can see like all the things. You will have a lot of libraries as well, like the graphics skills. You can have the PEP checklist. You can have the causes, effects. Everything will be required as part of the quality will be recorded over here. You can have the different options as part of that. You will have the CRM, so you will have the program and project management. You will have the PPAP submission. You will have the quality documents. You can have the entity reports, FI and RI. You can have the in-process inspection, metrology lab, quality dispatch doc. You can have the quality documents like which I am talking about, like the CAPA and those all parts. You can have the different level of exporting, like where like you can export the kappa AD reports based on your industry need, based on your OEM need, and based on your own company needs. So you will have the different templates for the data, and that can be exported the way you want. You can have the quality planning with the process for process FMEA. You can have the manufacturer parts, the vendor and supplier management. You can manage the different templates for the project, for the documents, so that you can manage those things into better way. So it has like a lot of things into it. So if you want to know about the each thing in detail, like please feel free to contact us at like marketing@stipcraft.com, so that like we will be able to help you to know much more about this particular system, this Autolin system. It has many more things like which cannot be covered into the 1 hour session. So yeah, so definitely we will be covering those all parts into the next session, or like the into our one-to-one meeting. Like yeah, feel free to focus for the next session, or like the at the marketing@stipcraft.com. Okay, so thank you. Let's have a question and answer round, so that like there are a lot of questions and a lot of questions, but yeah, with the time limits, like I will be trying to answer as much questions I can. Okay, so yeah, so this is a very fantastic question which I have like okay on the screen. I'm not from the automotive industry, but I want this type of solution for my organization with the new changes. Can I do that? Yes, definitely you can do that. Like you will have the different level of question, different level of processes, but yeah, it will be similar. And like we as Steve Graph has the capability like where like we can manage your processes. We have the experience on like different industry as like different processes, so that we can adapt to that as well. So you can definitely do that as well. Yeah. Next question is like, how can we load our existing legacy data into the system? So yeah, so the legacy data. So yeah, so as a Steve Graph, like we have a tool that is the document file uploader. So where like you will have the entire data into your legacy like folder structure, and that data will be uploaded into the Autolin system. So it will be creating a document, a part, and CAD and file, uploading the file as well. And based on that particular document, you can upload certain projects as well, so that like you can start working on the system very smoothly. So it's like very easy migration from your legacy system to the Autolin will be done by the Steve Graph. So that is pretty much done, pretty much possible. Next question. How can I track changes in the project schedule and reasons for the delay, if any? So yeah, this is very fantastic question, and like which I am listening from a lot of my customers. So yeah, you can have we as like in the Autolin, like we have a feature called like baselining. So where like you will be able to do the baselining of the project, and with the baselining you will be able to see like what is the difference between my earlier timeline and what is the difference in my current timeline. And like you will be able to highlight some results as well, like some comments will be from the users, so like because of so and so reason this project is getting delayed. And like you will be able to see like a bit what if scenario as well, like what if the you can schedule in some other way, like what if like if this is so this activity is getting delayed. So those are things that can be managed as part of your project management uh, system. Okay, so next question. Okay, how can I store important communication from customer? So this is very good question. As I say, because like the lot of the time, like the customer and like the business development team are like working on their own, and they don't have any system in place. Just like as a like Autolin solution, like we have a provision like where as a like marketing team or as a like business development team, you just need to forward that email to the system so that like system will store that data into right particular project or write RFQ, so that that data will be available to the cross the team based on the access whatever like we have defined. So this is pretty much possible. Next is the okay. So this is regarding I think some supplier collaboration. How OEM can integrate supplier in best possible way. How OEM can integrate supplier in change management process. So yeah. So as like I have discussed in my some of the slides, like we have a supplier collaboration portal which is been hosted by the OEM. So where like from the OEM PLM like Autolin, like you will be sharing certain packages, some bill of materials, some CAD files, some data, some metadata that will be shared to the suppliers, and like supplier will be working on that. And you as a other way around, like you can request some of the documents, some PPAP documents from the supplier. So those all provisions are already there into the system. And like if there is some changes are required on the supplier side, then you will have the strong capability of the workflow of the change management, which is also extended to the supplier portal, so that like suppliers will be notified with the change, and then supplier can work on those particular documents, then that particular changes, and they will be get back to you. You will have the better collaboration with the suppliers, like where supplier needs to extend the day, where suppliers can talk with you, suppliers can have the efficient collaboration and communications, they can have some data exchange as well. So all the things will be covered as part of the system. So as like we have very limited time, I will try to cover as much questions I can. If not possible, then I think we will be giving you the answers over the email. I hope that would be fine. Yeah. So next question is like, how can I share our data from PLM to the suppliers? So yeah, so like as part of like supplier collaboration platform, like you will have the facility where like you can be pushing the data to the supplier portal, and then that data will be available to the specific suppliers. So if you have like you can manage the suppliers into the system, where like you can manage the different suppliers, and that supplier data will going into the system. So that's how it can be done. Okay, so next question is like uh, how how it will help for customer satisfaction and reduce the cost and increase the efficiency. Yeah, so definitely it will help. Like it will. So as part of the Autolin solution, like whatever like I have shown you from the RFQ till the quality and the PPAP. So whatever the things are already integrated, and as part of that, like you will have the strong capability of the workflow, strong access definition, and the strong authorization and the approval processes. So based on that, like whatever you do, that will be with the quality, and like quality is the demand of everywhere, and like it is all connected. So you are like moving toward the industry 4.0, and with that, like you will be able to achieve the reduction into the cost, and like your efficiency will be automatically getting increased with the increase into the quality. Okay, so next question, the last question I would like to take, and then I think we'll be done for today's webinar. So let's last question is like, how do we have integration with SAP ERP, and how does it work? So yeah, so as like in my slides, like we have some integrations. So integration is the main area where like it is like required, and with the help of that, like you we will be pushing the data to the SAP, and some data will be pulled from the SAP or like some other ERP system. So, and like you can manage the data inside the system. So that's pretty much done. Okay, so thank you all for the joining the webinar, and like a lot of questions. So sorry for that. Like I could not answer those questions on this particular webinar, but yes, definitely our marketing team will get back to you and will answer all those questions on email. If you need like, so this is the very high level overview of the system, whatever like I have discussed and I have shared with you. But if you want to learn more about this AutoLine solution, this IITF 169492016 and this ISO standard, please book us for one-to-one meeting at marketing@stipgraph.com. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, everyone.